Hello, friends. Are you a Rangers fan? Well, then you know all about disappointment. So you might like NHL 19. My name is Jeff Bakalar. I'm joined by Alex Navarro.
Speaking of disappointments.
Hello, sir. And in the booth, Abby Russell.
That's me.
Hockey fan extraordinaire.
I've been to multiple Penguins games.
Oh, so who's your favorite player on said Penguins team?
The best one.
You don't know anyone's name?
I have not been to a Penguins game in probably 10 years, maybe 15.
Fair enough.
Man,
Actually,
Lemieux
yeah,
was
probably
still
closer
playing
to
at that
15.
point.
15 years? Really?
Yep.
That's pretty badass. You got some bragging rights here.
Okay.
Some old school Penguins.
Nevertheless, NHL 19 is upon us.
It is a video game.
It is certainly a video game.
It is one you and I have both been playing.
Yes, I've been playing it for a couple days now. I haven't explored every granular mode. I know you and I, between the two of us, have probably covered everything.
Yeah, I've been playing a decent amount of the be a player mode, which is their career mode, which does not appear to have changed in any real meaningful way since last year.
And I guess maybe that's the biggest problem. I know they did a lot of cool stuff with the online, and unfortunately we can't demonstrate a lot of that simply because the online servers are not as populated as they would be
They're in fact
post-launch.
largely not populated.
In fact, it's a damn ghost town
yes,
out there.
at the moment.
But you know what? We can still explain it.
Okay.
What's that there?
Sorry. Is there a fun character creator mode? 'Cause
Yes,
I
that's
enjoy that.
that's the be a player
Have you
mode.
made yourselves?
I made myself, and the thing is, it's real limited compared to like what you might get in like say like the NBA modes,
Right.
where like that.
Where you can make a photoreal Alex?
Yeah, well, or whatever the game thinks is a photoreal Alex. It's fairly bare bones. It's just about you kind of getting drafted and then playing an NHL career. There's not a lot of story to it at all.
Okay.
And I don't mind that as much, but the thing I mind more is that this mode just has not really changed much in the last couple of years. Like, it's kind of just been the same thing over and over again. I think it didn't load mine because you selected it, Jeff.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I done screwed it up. You
No,
can
it's
take
okay.
over.
Well, the Be a Pro, I mean, there's not a lot to show here. I'll just show off my character real quick.
I do like that you had a casual clothes option.
Yes, that is an option.
Just like you would wear in a real hockey game.
I will continue, and
With
you can
your
just see
buddies,
my
the
stupid
hockey game.
character. But Jeff, tell me a little bit about the online stuff while we're waiting for this to load up.
All right, so the thing that they really kind of are leaning into this year is the ability to progress your player and your stats and your sort of like leveling up across multiple different gameplay modes.
Right.
And they did introduce a few new things like the outdoors pond hockey stuff.
There's
which,
my almost Alex.
Oh, there he goes.
Yeah, I look more like a forgotten Franco than me, but
I like that you're wearing shorts.
yeah, I mean,
Is
all
that a
hockey,
normal thing
That's
in
a
hockey?
normal thing.
That's hockey shorts.
That's
yeah.
fascinating. That I never really thought about it.
Well,
You're wearing shorts.
so like those black things are heavily padded.
Right. And I imagine it's for mobility more than anything.
Yeah. I mean, you basically are covered head to toe in padding.
Totally.
So
Tell me more at the online.
So the online stuff, like I said, it allows you to do progression across multiple different game modes, which is a good thing if that's what you're really sort of into. They let you create this character like you did. You can make your way up through sort of like the outdoor pond hockey leagues, and then you eventually make your way to the pros
Right.
if you're good enough, which is not necessarily the path most NHL players take. It's more about getting real good in high school and then getting to go to a very prestigious hockey college, and then maybe you get some looks and you get yourself into a draft.
I love hockey college.
Yeah, hockey college. Puck you. Ho-ho! I'm here all night, folks.
That's very good. That's very good comedy.
So, look, there's a lot that they dug into this, and I think that's pretty cool. I
Yeah.
think, like, the customization is really bonkers and over the top, and you can really take your player and personalize your player on a level that you've never been able to do before in this game.
And that's good because, again, the career mode has not been a great example of that in
Sure.
recent years. Like, it has been a very stripped down, sort of like focused experience that is just like you can create your character, but the story you're going to play is pretty much just you have a career in the NHL.
Right.
So what? How is it personalized? Like as far as like what are the options for you
Well,
to?
it's mostly cosmetic stuff.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, like
Well, that's still good.
you can wear like brands and stuff,
Okay.
and you can,
Can you personalize it pretty specifically to how you like to play?
I think the jury's kind of out on that. Like, yes, you can be a specific type of player, but I always find that some of that stuff kind of doesn't really show its face in the moment-to-moment portions of gameplay. I would love to have a debate about that with someone and sort of like have it demonstrated to me, but I don't really necessarily see that right out in front.
No.
You're right? You would agree with that?
I was just curious.
I would agree.
Yeah, I mean, and maybe that's more inherently a problem of a hockey video game in general because it's so frenetic and kind of frantic and, yeah. That's really.
I jumped into franchise mode here real quick just to kind of show off. There's a little bit new here, but it's not anything super intense. Like it kind of follows the same structure as last year. Like if you want to do another expansion team and build out your own kind of thing, you can do that. Or you can just jump in with the existing league as it is with the 31 teams and pick anyone you want. The scouting is kind of the new thing. The scouting system definitely needed an overhaul. I'm not sure that I really like this new system.
See, this I have not seen yet.
Yeah, so the thing with it is that, you have scouts of varying skills, and they all have specialties. Like, some are really good at scouting Russia, or some are really good at scouting the OHL, or actually other NHL teams if you want to, look toward trades or signing free agents or that kind of thing.
Okay.
Is fog of war a phrase used in hockey?
Not to my recollection.
Maybe within scouting, but
maybe.
I've never heard it used in hockey.
But the way that they have sort of tiered this out is that there's these different levels of accuracy, and it's just different shades of gray, like black to white. It doesn't really pop very much, so sometimes it's kind of hard to tell exactly how accurate the thing you're looking at is.
So what's interesting and kind of tongue-in-cheek is those little icons are binoculars.
Yes.
And scouts essentially are up in the rafters with binoculars looking down at you. And that's, I guess, where we get that from.
But so you can do all that extra scouting stuff, and it's I don't really think it's that much fun to play around with in the little bits of franchise that I've played so far. I have not enjoyed the process of I've got to worry about my scouting team and hiring them and making sure that all my scouting information is correct. It's on paper, it's the kind of thing you would want in a mode like this. I just don't think the way it's structured here is particularly fun to engage with. And
again, a lot of that too is also preferential, right?
Yes.
I've never found, team and franchise management that, incredibly fun.
Right.
If you're that kind of person, they go into more detail here and you might enjoy that.
Yes.
For me, I'm not buying this game simply for that mode.
Yeah.
For me, I'm buying this game because I want to play as realistic of a hockey simulation as I possibly can.
And unfortunately, this is the only choice you have for any kind of hockey simulation whatsoever, which is not to say that this game is awful.
Right.
But you and I think, are kind of coming from the same place where it's the feel of the game, the way it plays is fine, but it hasn't really improved meaningfully in the last few years.
Yes.
And it kind of feels like it needs an overhaul.
It definitely does, and I said this before we started recording.
Real quick, do you want to jump into regular hockey or pond hockey to kick things off?
Let's do pond hockey, and let's try out one of these new modes. It's called Nhl Ones, and so last year they
is that an NHL threes?
Yes, or actually they might have a separate thing here.
Let me just check this and see if it pops up.
NHL Ones.
This is one thing I haven't done yet.
NHL threes was the 3-on-3 kind of arcadey thing they introduced last year. NHL Ones is 1v1v.
Okay.
1v1v1.
Okay, well this is
one-on-one.
This appears to just be...
It might be in World of Chell.
Okay, let's take a look.
Yeah.
I have to say, I'm excited to see the pond stuff. In that Madden Long Shots game I played, my favorite parts were the sort of
high school football.
Yeah, downtown. Does it feel similarly charming and kind of small town, whatever?
You'll see.
Okay.
I think maybe we should play a little bit of that first and see if we can get into that.
Can you fall through the ice?
No.
Okay.
I'll just be Joe NHL.
Yeah,
That's
just
fine.
be Joe NHL from, Manitoba. Let's see if it lets us pop into a 1v1v1.
This didn't load everything that I had
Chell.
saved yesterday, but that's fine.
That's all right.
It's not a big deal.
Ooh, cool duffel.
Yeah, I mean,
Is that, is this
This is a loot crate.
Loot crate?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
But there's no in-game currency or anything. I don't think you can buy this stuff.
Let it snow.
I'll just explore the world.
Yeah, I hope we can access the mode from here. Here we go, Ones.
Yes.
EA Sports Ones is what we want to do.
Okay, so let's try play.
So it's essentially hockey's version of a battle royale.
Really?
I mean, kind of. It's only 3 players.
I hope you murder people. Please tell me it's the last one alive. It wins.
I don't know if I can play.
You may not be able to join
locally.
me on this. We can do the threes mode if you want.
See, I did do the 1v1v1. I played it once at an event, but maybe they were doing it locally and I didn't even realize what was happening.
Yeah. All right, I'll just be a two-way forward. That's fine. I ain't fancy. We'll see if we find anyone. If we don't find anyone, we'll just jump into threes or something.
Yeah, I mean, I really need to find out if ones is like inaccessible offline.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was because of that one time.
It's kind of weird that you wouldn't be able to play a mode like that offline. Especially, if it's
and we didn't see it from the menu.
Just a handful of controllers.
Right. And
it seems like there are a lot of modes, too.
There's a lot of tiles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some of them are just like offshoot modes. Like they have like their equivalent of like the Madden Ultimate Team or FIFA Ultimate Team. Then there's also the Draft Champions mode, which is in Madden just a sub mode of Ultimate Team, whereas here it's its own kind of broken out thing.
Okay.
All right, seems like they're going to drop me into a match here.
All right, good. This is the fastest I've seen something pop in.
Strangers Online?
Yes, I believe this will be Strangers Online.
Is this game out?
No.
It is officially out as of the time. This will probably be going up.
Okay.
It will be up.
Oh, okay.
When is it officially out?
It is out on Friday. This coming Friday.
So the 14th.
Yes.
Just like Tomb Raider.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
Dressing room error.
You know what? We're just going to back out of this.
Your job strap got caught in your zipper.
That's a shame.
Again, not a lot of people online at the moment, which is fair.
I wonder. Let's do one more quick sort of like combing for the offline version of that. Just because EA Ones, is it really not here?
It does not appear to be here.
Is it really not?
It appears to not be.
Well, what are the pinned modes?
Try play now. Maybe that'll give you like a option to do ones. No. Fair enough.
Yep.
Oilers.
That's just regular game. Yep. The Edmonton Oilers.
Yep.
Is there any fun... One of my favorite sports things is that there's a basketball team called the Nets.
Yes.
Is there like a puck or...
There's no sticks
goals?
or pucks.
Dang it.
There's...
What about the skates?
Nope.
Nope.
Not even a blades. Not even something like, kind of cool like that.
The icers?
Let's just do a threes now.
The Zambonis.
I'm trying to think of like the closest thing to an actual hockey thing.
Penguins.
Yeah, that's like kind of it, I guess. I'll go. Where do you want? Okay,
I'll go. Yeah, I'll go this side.
Let's just do All Stars. Why not?
Yeah, you want to be Pacific All Stars? I'll be Atlantic All Stars.
There you go.
All right.
I really dug these. Are these not the other jerseys they had?
Are you both being Jersey?
No, jerseys.
Jerseys.
Abby Russell.
I love sports.
Do you want to select players or do you want to just go?
Let's do it.
Let's just do it.
Okay, let's see if we could play outdoors. No, I don't think we can. Boogers.
We can play in like a smaller rink, but
Looks
that
like
appears to be it. Yeah, these are all locked at the
locked.
moment.
All right.
So most of these are just arenas.
What's the progression system like? How do you unlock these?
I would imagine
Beat the Golden Knights in the Western Conference Circuit is how you unlock this. So you basically have to go through the circuit mode if you want to unlock this stuff. We'll do like the Skyway
That's
here.
a pretty stadium. Let's do that. Yeah, so we can... I was happy to see this mode included last year. When shit hit the fan and the thing came out, and I was just like, oh man, this is not really a different experience aside from all the sliders being jacked up. And unfortunately,
I'm all for like an arcadey hockey experience. I just feel like the thing that they have been trying to do with it over the last several years, like rarely has it actually hooked me.
Correct, and I EA we say this every year. EA put out a great 3-on-3 NHL arcade game like 10 years ago. That was great. This is essentially the core game engine with all the sliders kind of up, and it doesn't really make a hell of a lot of sense for what's going on.
Well, let's play some damn hockey.
Yeah.
This announcer.
Yeah, so it's kind of like
sounds like in real hockey?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
Like I said, this is like the arcadey kind of thing. So he's basically saying boom shakalaka.
Hell yeah.
And you're basically no rules here. There's no icing. There's no nothing.
What's icing?
Icing is when you cross the line.
Oh, goodness.
Before, like basically, if you cross the line before the player with the puck does on your team, that's offsides. Icing is when the puck goes all the way down to the other end of the rink and it isn't claimed by the other team.
Oh, interesting.
So like if the defensive team picks up the puck after it's been shot from one end of the ice to the other, that's icing.
And again, Abby, this is not the size of a regular.
No, this
game.
is a
play
cartoon
bigger.
rink.
Yeah, this is cartoon rink.
Yes. No, this seems small.
And there's really no rules, which is also, that's great.
Check people.
Yeah, well, let's see if I can get him in the wall. There we go, a little bit. Check people. Hurt them.
How's the
There you
fighting
go,
in the
Al
game?
scored. The fighting
is bad.
I haven't fought yet.
Oh.
I got into a fight with my player character, which is hilarious because he's a sniper. It
Did he bring a gun into the
He did
rink?
not. No, sniper is like you're a scoring forward.
Okay.
But yeah, it's not good. It hasn't been good in a while, and I think the NHL has sort of asked them to de-emphasize that stuff a little bit.
Right.
Sure. It's something they're actively trying to get out of the game, kind of.
Not really.
Yeah. It's strange.
Like they don't want to make the actual commitment to getting rid of it, but at the same time, like they don't want to
bemoan
promote it.
Yeah. They kind of bemoan it at the same time
Yes.
too, which is,
Kind of talking out of both sides of their mouth.
it is a strange relationship hockey has with fighting.
Right.
And violence in general.
Yeah.
I mean, hockey's a weird sport. It is perpetually not quite successful enough in North America.
Right.
It does well in Canada, obviously, and I think some of the northern U.S. states, but it is not as successful as the NBA or the
Right.
NFL or. So they're always trying to
This
announcers
revamp
a
the
little
game in
terrible.
some way.
Right.
Yeah, that's the one thing about hockey is that it's constantly being fixed.
Is
better
there
or worse.
a Harlem Globetrotters equivalent in hockey?
You're looking at it.
Yep.
Cool.
There's really
Dribble.
I don't believe there is.
There's no
Ooh.
Metal Arc Lemon of hockey.
Okay.
Just gotta get to 5. Just gotta get to 5.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, first to 5 wins.
He shoots it, and he scores!
Nice one-timer.
Drew Doughty, you ugly.
Wait, why
ugly
did you get
man.
2 for that?
Oh, I don't know. This is crazy NHL 3.
That doesn't make any sense.
How did that?
These rules.
Maybe it went in and then bounced out and then went back in.
That's not. That's still one goal.
Yeah, that's still not
okay,
how goals
but
work.
just think about it.
I kind of dig what you're saying there. I dig. Oh, come on. I don't know why I just got 2 goals. That's kind of crazy. We're just going to let that happen.
I feel like that happened last year when we did this.
There is a reason.
Is it like you were far away from the goal?
No. I think it's like certain goals they'll like if you I don't know, they're like jackpot.
It's not like
goals.
slam ball. Like there aren't like places on the ice where
Right.
like it's worth more. Give me the damn
See,
puck.
and
Give me-
after a while, this is really just NHL 19. Like this, to me, maybe the speed sliders are a little up.
yeah, and the
but it's
hitting's
really
way
the
up, and
same
there's no
kind of
tripping
thing.
penalties. But other than that, yeah.
And you know what? Like I'll be the first to admit, when things kind of happen in a fun way in the actual gameplay, like, and there is that. Like I don't want to say like this game's not at any fun at all.
Yeah, I mean, it's still the same core hockey engine they've had for a while, and that engine is good. It just feels a little stale.
Definitely.
I'm sorry if you've already answered this, but is there a story mode? I know that there's like a career mode.
The
but
career mode is the
there-
closest you
Yeah.
get.
Okay. And that's just like go through the rankings, adjust your stats, have a character that
Yeah,
looks like you.
coaches will tell you kind of, hey, here's how you get better, but it's
Okay.
not.
And
there's-
like cutscenes or
no.
Okay.
No, there are no cutscenes. They don't have the budget for that.
Okay.
They just don't have the budget for
Nope.
it.
Goalie makes the save to keep this party going.
I'll save all of my granular criticism for the actual like 3-period game
Yeah.
we play, but it's tough to like really critique the arcade version of it just because it's arcade.
All right,
I get it.
let's finish this. Yes.
Yes,
Skills.
we get it. Skills, advance, advance.
Who's your favorite hockey player, Jeff?
Like
Currently?
current?
Sure, or ever. Both currently and ever.
That's a good question. Currently, I think it's probably. I don't want to say a devil because that's just sort of.
I mean, I was gonna pick a devil.
Why
Like,
is
who are you
why?
picking?
like as the classic player, Martin Brodeur is probably my favorite goaltender of all time.
Is a goaltender the same as a goalie?
Yes.
Okay. What a cool old-timey phrase for goalie. Goaltender. I like that.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's the legacy term.
You
My
tend
favorite
the goal.
My favorite player of all time is probably Brian Gionta.
Brian Gionta, really?
Yeah, he was a little guy. He still plays, sort of. He just, he was a dude that was going to give you 110%. I still am a big fan of Zach Parise.
Where did he end up?
He's on the Wild now.
Oh, okay.
I do like Taylor Hall a lot. He's a lot of fun to play. Connor McDavid, I think, is on a level that we just don't even understand right now. Here he is right here. He's just sort of like he's like
Mike
20.
Gully understood him.
Yeah, he's 20 and he's just, it's unbelievable how good he is.
Wow. I do love seeing athletes at the peak of their game.
Yeah, and that's what he's number 97 because that's the year he was born.
Dang, dude.
Yeah,
that's upsetting to me.
They let
Guess what, Abby? It doesn't feel fun.
They let tiny boy children play hockey. They do that.
Wow.
Like, you get drafted when you're like 18.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's a lot of sports these days, no?
Yeah, totally.
NFL is like the one exception because they have you have to have 3 years of college rule before you can enter the draft.
Oh, we hit the
I
wrong
didn't know
button.
that. That's
Sorry, buddy.
We'll exit.
It's I guess all time. I'm still a big fan of some guys who are still playing who are like a little older.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like the dudes who are like in their late 30s who are like still trying to figure it out.
That's one of my favorite things about baseball is you'll see people who look like a dad, who have a bit of a pot belly, but they're still in it. They're
You want to
professional.
walk up to him and be like, "Oh, is your son playing in this game?"
Exactly.
All right, let's play a regular game. I will not take the Devils, as I know that is what you would want for your life.
I appreciate that.
Who are you going to take?
I don't know yet. Let me think about it.
Penguins.
I'll be the Penguins. Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna see if the Devils have their. They introduced
Ooh,
really
new
cool
logo.
third new logo. You said it's
feel
been
like
a while.
Yeah, they've had this one for a little
Not the
bit.
one I remember.
They did introduce new jerseys this year for their third jersey, but it doesn't look like the jerseys in the game just yet.
Let's see what other jerseys we got here for the
Oh, I
Pens.
like their teal one. Let's see if they have them. Their third jersey's like teal with a circle logo. That might be it. No. There he is. I like
Yeah,
it.
I'll do that.
Cool.
I'll do the.
Yeah, I'll be white just to
the new
contrast
classic.
a little bit.
Ooh, look
Oh,
at
God.
those.
Yeah, that was when they were in Colorado, I think, or that was Kansas City, maybe. All right, let's do it.
Are the Devils the best?
Yes.
Okay. Well, y'all were like, I don't want to pick a Devil.
No,
Is that just because
it's my favorite team.
Okay.
They're
It
not
actually
the
was my
best.
favorite team too.
Yeah,
Okay.
which is like a nice little bond Alex and I have.
That is nice.
Like when I got into hockey, I had no affiliation with any team whatsoever, and being a metalhead, I was just like, well, of course I'm going to be the Satan team.
Yeah.
Nice.
And also,
that is pretty fun.
When I started watching them, Martin Brodeur was still playing, and
Yeah.
he is legitimately one of the greatest goalies of all time. This still freaks me out.
They still have this live action stuff. I like that it's Doc Emmerich, but at the same time, like
It's
feel
not
like
great commentary.
it's not, and it's not to any fault of Eddie Olczyk or Mike Emmerich.
It just feels like they didn't give them a lot to work with, and they're like parts of this commentary where it feels like even the commentators are like, yeah, we know we're not really trying.
The commentary in general hasn't made any substantial kind of like leaps, and that bothers me.
That's fair.
I was happy when they switched it to Mike Emmerich because he is the voice of hockey.
Yeah, Doc Emmerich is a very good commentator. You know, like he has an energy to him that I would put in the same vein as like Latin American soccer commentators, because like just that when they score, like that they scream, and when Doc Emmerich sees a good play, that dude freaks the fuck out, and that's what you want, damn it.
Yeah, you want someone to be that excited, and he brings it. Like this dude loves hockey, and he's the perfect voice for the game. I just don't think the range of the vocal sort of like the canned stuff just isn't really there, and it makes for a really kind of awkward,
Stilted
commentating kind of experience. So
you know what I would love in one of these games? Like a little mini game where you play as like the commentators and you just hype up the crowd whenever there's a good score.
I like that.
Oh, going for the one-timer right out of the gate.
Yeah,
Can you do slap shots?
Sure.
Yes, I'm bad at them, but you can do them.
Yeah, right to the teeth.
Lundqvist play is so energetic
So,
early. He wants to get
appar-
hit in.
Oh.
So his
All right,
team knows
I'm glad that happened right away because there is a penalty button you can push.
Is
And
the,
it's
you mean it's the
poke
poke check? Yes. Yeah, that happened to me a ton of
I
times.
mean, let's look at this again, right? Like, where's the what?
Well, what you're doing is you're not actually poke checking. You're just swinging your arm wildly, which of course you got a penalty for that. But
like-
that doesn't feel like that's what a poke check is supposed to be.
Yeah, and you know, like that's not what happens in hockey. Like, yes, there are tripping calls all the time in hockey, and there are penalties all the time. But most players don't right away just trip a guy. And I know I'm like,
No,
I don't
that's
know.
fair. That's a
It's-
fair criticism.
and it's also the fact that like
Decides he wants the corner.
there's really no wiggle room with that button. That button's pretty much going to give you a penalty half the time, which is crazy.
Oh, and a dangerous pass from the goaltender. Should have held on to that one, but he didn't get
I crunched your guy.
So I'm a big line changer. I always want like fresh guys on the ice. Not a
Me,
lot of
I'm
people
just
pay
a take the
attention
puck
to
all the
that.
way down the ice with one guy kind of guy, and just never change the lines.
They kept telling me like, oh, there's this new engine in the game. It's called the RPM Tech engine, and it's going to revolutionize, you know, the physics and the way they skate and all that.
Have you noticed that at all?
I have not noticed that at all.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is that like nice goal?
Thanks.
Good work.
Yeah, I just haven't really felt anything
I
really
don't-
different
I don't
from last
see
year.
it.
Like I loaded up
I don't
last year's
feel
game,
it.
and I haven't felt much.
There's a lot of the same. It's all the same animations. I haven't really been able to pinpoint something that's brand new. You know, they throw out that tripping penalty all the time, but then there's like blatant interference and blatant goalie interference, and they just aren't called a lot.
Yeah.
You know, look, I could go on. I don't like the puck physics still.
I want you to go on. I want you to continue on and tell me the things that are upsetting you about this game.
The puck physics still feel weird. Pucks
Is it
go
like
on.
floaty or?
It's not so like the movement on the ice is fine, but like they seem to have the puck flip up on its side way more than it does in real life. And that bothers me as a purist and as a nitpicky, diehard hockey fan.
I think I've checked your dudes into the boards about 4 different times, and then just every time it's off camera.
And then like, yeah, like
Oh,
there's
damn,
there's
dude.
too much of that. Checking
Like checking is cool, but like also
people,
this isn't supposed to be the arcade mode.
Yeah, and people aren't like always knocked on their ass like that. Like I guess that
I
happens.
love that. Look at him rolling
It's
around.
just like, oh my eye.
I mean, that's the thing is that what they did was they finally made hitting feel meaningful. Like they felt like you could actually lay in some really giant fucking hits relatively easily, but it's maybe too easily.
Yeah. And players who are huge should never really get knocked over by a check, and I found that to be the case.
Yeah, like my sniper dude should not be fucking laying hits on Zdeno Chara. Like that should not happen.
And you know what? I could have sworn I did a line change like a while ago for my offense, and look what's happening.
Yeah, all
My
your forwards
first
are like
line
unconscious.
is drained.
Schneider's playing net better than anyone right now. He's doing whatever it takes to keep the puck out of the net.
You know, what else? There's a lot.
Keep going.
It goes on.
What else you got?
You know, I think this speaks to the dire need in which this game needs kind of like a top to bottom refresh in basically the entire core hockey system. I find that NPC players are not where
Like,
they
okay,
need
that
to
should have
be.
been goalie interference. 'Cause
Totally.
Two of my dudes
Two
just
guys
checked
just
your fucking
barreled over
goalie.
Corey Schneider.
Two of my dudes just straight up ran into that guy. Now
And-
you're not supposed to do
and
that.
Game continues on.
Yeah.
I also think like passing. I mean, look,
It doesn't feel good.
no, passing feels okay. It's
I don't
just
think
like,
it feels good at all.
It just doesn't make sense. Like you would want to do a saucer pass, and I know there's like saucer pass buttons, but there's also no kind of like way to guarantee you'll be able to pull that off in the amount of time that you have to do it.
Yeah. I also just, and this is probably more of a personal failing than an actual problem with the game, but like, I love the shot stick for wrist shots. I hate it for slap shots.
It's the wind up time kind
The
of.
wind up, it never feels right. Like, it feels like you don't never have enough time to really wind one up.
Oh, Al going for the NHL 95 move right
I mean,
here.
can you blame me? It still sometimes works.
It does work in an upsetting amount of times. I wish the passing was more crisp. I wish it was more realistic in the way a hockey game flows. It's not as sharp. It's not as tight, and that bothers me. Also, want a player available. There we go.
Near the last minute of the first.
Oh,
Yay.
Did I screen my goalie accidentally?
you might have. The fact that Brian Boyle is scoring from behind the hash marks, the top of the circle there is odd, but sure, we'll allow it.
Well, yeah, because it puts you in greater lead. Of course, you're going to allow it.
Yeah.
Are the faces pretty good?
No.
Okay.
Some of them are fine.
I will say straight up no.
Some of them are fine.
have
That
some-
is the best I can say about it.
They have some classic characters like Timo Solani and Wayne Gretzky in the game, and
that's fun.
Pointed to him.
I don't know. Go check out that Wayne Gretzky likeness. I'm not sure that's Wayne Gretzky.
And a save.
Is that like, how old is Wayne Gretzky? Is this like young Wayne Gretzky?
I guess it's supposed to be like classic, vintage Gretzky, and it just looks like a young boy, like a young blonde boy, right? Have you seen?
Granted, I wasn't alive when he was a young blonde boy,
Yeah,
so
but
I can't
were
tell you how
alive-
realistic
you're
it
ali-
is.
You're alive now. He's alive now. You
Yeah.
were alive when he was playing hockey for most of his career.
Yeah, I wasn't really watching back then, though. My hockey fandom didn't really start until the late 90s.
Intermission is next.
The puck bounces out of the net a lot after you score, and it doesn't do that enough in this game, Abby, and that makes me mad.
Okay.
That's, again, we're nitpicking here.
I like
That's
that.
fair. You're a big fan.
I like that this has become the annual Jeff Bakalar airing of hockey
I mean,
grievances.
this is the 19th NHL game.
Well,
you have a right
it's
to
more,
one
there's
improvement.
more than that.
in just this century.
Yeah.
The only player that looks like himself on the Devils, as far as I can tell so far, is Taylor Hall, and it's still kind of like a budget Taylor
Is Taylor Hall in real life just look like a general video game NPC? Is that why it looks like him?
Why is that a penalty?
Well, that was
What did I do?
tripping.
I didn't even do
Let's
anything
look at
there.
it again. Say that
Yes,
again.
I would like to see this again.
Chris Letang. Where's his flowing locks? He's got locks of beautiful hair. Where's that at?
Literally, he just had the hair stick
He
out.
did. You're right. Oh, that okay. That
Look
looks
at
a
that guy
little.
wasn't
yelling
even a
at him.
sweep.
He's so mad.
That does look a little like Chris Letang. I'll give him that.
A little. But that's the thing. It looks fine.
Everything is a little like him.
Turn the tide of a game on a power play.
I'm so
All
bad
right, so
at
I'm gonna
face-offs.
actually try and do like a real power play here. And
Okay.
see, like I'm gonna move the puck around. Oh, okay.
Nothing gets accomplished.
See, there kind of should be a winger there, man, or at least a defenseman pinching up. We're not gonna let this happen.
Oh, we're not.
We're not gonna let this happen
Check
right
the
now.
ref.
Check the. Oh wait, I hit the penalty button. I'm sorry, everybody.
That's what you get for hitting the penalty button.
What's going on right there? It said my forwards are. What is that?
Your fourth line apparently just decided they all died.
They all left the ice.
yeah,
I
they all
guess.
died.
What happened?
I don't know. All their energy drained.
See my fourth line. There's no energy for my fourth line right there. I don't know where
Too
they are. Maybe
sleepy.
They were murdered.
Maybe that
by
was
Sidney
like
Crosby.
my power play doesn't make sense because why would they be on the power play? Nevertheless, here we are.
Yes, here we are.
With both teams a man short, they get ready to face off here. The face-off's key because if you can win it.
All right, so we're playing 4-on-4 now, Abby.
Yes.
Okay.
For the defending team to get it back.
You guys can do this.
Okay, see, like that bothers me so much because I had a guy clearly breaking down the middle. If that's an easy high percentage completion pass, and I turned it over.
So you're saying is this game is garbage?
I didn't say that. I'm just saying I also notice whenever I play the computer, the computer seems to be able to pull off a lot of the quick passes and junk that I want to do, but
Right.
they kind of do it quicker.
Right.
And that bothers me.
Because
I know I might not be very good at this game. I get it.
I mean, you're beating me.
Yeah, but you beat me convincingly last year.
Did I?
I have to say, I enjoy when the players fall and then act like beetles who have fallen on their backs on the ice.
Yes, they're all
With their
turtles.
little legs
They're
all like,
turtles.
ah, help me.
I've been murdered. I'm just not a very good, like, quick passer, unfortunately, so I think you are taking good advantage of that.
Perhaps, Alex. At least my fourth line returned to the ice.
Yes, no, they were brought back by the aliens that abducted them briefly.
I guess they went out for a cigarette.
They had
I don't
hockey
know.
research they needed to do. Probe these hockey players.
Oh boy.
Oh no, oh no, that's bad.
That's a marvelous.
See, I never should have let that happen.
Quick developing play right in front. Almost looks like he's too close to the goaltender.
Oh my God! No penalty for that poke check.
Because I think that was an actual poke check.
Now this one's going to come free.
See, like,
That one to Palmieri.
it's there's a lot.
Crosses that line.
And again, I know,
Jeff, I like it when you're happy.
I'm happy.
I enjoy happy Jeff Bakalar. I like it when you are satisfied by the products that you consume.
I agree.
And this is it distresses me. Okay, that was all CPU, by the way. That was just
You didn't even shoot that?
No, that was the CPU hitting a rebound.
Oh, okay, interesting. Maybe sometimes they do an automatic batting out of the air.
They do. If a rebound comes straight to a CPU player, they will try and shoot it.
That's a good angle.
Yeah.
That pillar in front of the middle of the screen.
So you'll see this. I shoot that. That's just the CPU running in and
Yeah, but you know
banking
what? Crosby would do that.
Totally.
He would totally crash the net and bury that home.
Like that's actually good hockey play.
That is a thing the Penguins have done a million times. That line, Kessel and Crosby.
Now it's Kessel and Malkin.
Oh.
Gathered up again by Kessel.
Get out of here, Phil.
Puck loose, now picked up.
Okay.
The Devils with possession
All right.
in the neutral zone.
I like Phil
around.
Kessel because he looks like the biggest scumbag in hockey.
But he's kind of not.
No, he's not, but he looks like it. Like he
just like
looks like just supreme dirtbag.
He does have that look. He kind of just doesn't care. He doesn't look like a very athletic person either.
No, he looks like a teamster.
But he's really good
Yeah.
and really fast and really strong.
Yeah, no, he's a great hockey player. I'm in no way trying to disparage the man's skills. It's just that like I love his whole dirtbag persona.
He's just like a great character.
His presentation.
For the sport. Yeah, he eats a lot of hot dogs.
I eat hot dogs. I can relate to that.
You too can be an NHL superstar.
So relatable.
That is a solid hit in the middle of the ice.
They serve hot dogs at hockey games.
Sure.
Totally.
What's the hockey game food? Like stadium food.
Where the
Ice.
Devils play? Yeah, they just
Ice. Oh, cool.
Yeah, they
With
just
beer and
eat
ice.
frozen everything.
I think a lot of arenas are trying to like reinvent that experience.
Oh, so it's more like we're gonna have like a high-end pizza thing. Or
Yeah,
something.
like if you go to the Garden, it's sort of like that too. But the Devils have like local fare. They'll have like,
Okay.
you know, there is the garbage too. Like you can always get garbage. If
Good.
You want.
That's what I like at sports games.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of
Oh, that
garbage
should
eating at
be a-
sports
Yes.
events.
Give me the
Terrible.
trash or give me nothing.
When Dan took me to a Devils game last season, he basically ate like 13 handfuls of peanut M&Ms, and that's kind of what he had for dinner.
Yep. this
So
checks
you
out.
can do that if you want.
I've started up the strategy now where I'm just crashing into every player that I see on your team.
Is that-
And so far it seems to be working.
I mean, did you get a penalty for that? Was that an interference?
I don't know what I got a penalty for.
Tripping.
Also, we should all go to a hockey game. That seems fun.
Don't have to tell me
I have to
twice.
break my 15-year
Look at
dry
that guy.
spell.
Look at that guy. What's that guy doing?
And then
Fuck
the
him.
guy behind him's like, no, don't.
Yeah,
yell
no, don't
at
be
me.
that guy.
All right, I'm going to try again to make this power play work.
And I'm going to go for another shorthanded point because that's all I ever do during power plays.
Ooh, that's a ballsy release of the
Hey.
puck there.
I gotta make up some points, or a point at least.
He imposed his will.
They're called goals.
You still get points.
You get a point. No, a point is a goal or an assist. If we're
Look,
really
man.
splitting hairs, man.
Wow. Who's the real hockey
I don't have
fan
any
here?
hairs to split anymore, man.
All right.
Tremendous hit.
If you have the puck,
Not enough traffic in
I'm
front of
gonna
that
sit on that
net.
one.
Yeah, that's a good idea. All right, that looked like a power play.
Yeah, kinda.
We got a good one here when it's all said and done. Oof.
Yeah, it's a tight game. I mean, we're playing like shit,
I
but
mean,
you know.
maybe that's the RPM engine there with like Travis Zajak's shoulder separating against the boards there.
I mean, you gotta separate someone's shoulders, right? It's hockey.
Penguins with a face-off win.
Ooh.
Lost possession.
Oh.
Good, solid defensive.
I wish I
play.
could say I had anything to do with that, but I did not.
Shoots one. Got a piece
One thing
of
I
that
do
one.
like about the be a player mode is that when you are playing your game, it often will tell you where you were supposed to be on defense.
Yes. It's good, it's good for general hockey 101.
Yeah,
kind of
like
stuff.
that is very useful because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing on defense most times.
There was a shot. The goalie was able to turn it aside.
Passing one off now to
See, like,
Palmieri.
I want to snap a pass real quick up the ice there, and I can't.
Now it's directed to Palmieri.
Could you on other games?
No, I mean,
Other games I think have had better feeling passing. Whether it's realistic or not, I couldn't say. But
it almost has to, you know, I realize like hockey's the fastest sport, right? So I realize like you need to have certain sort of liberties or like decisions be made by the computer, right? By the game. And for me, and maybe that's just like an impossible request, but like I want the game to know that in a situation like that, I want to laser that pass as fast with I get it, a low chance of success because of the circumstance.
But being able to at least fire off the pass, even if it goes astray.
Right. I want the game to know that that's the kind of pass I'm looking for. And yes, you can cook a pass, but when you cook a pass, you're wasting seconds doing that, which is not what you do in real hockey. You don't like cook a pass and like wait a second and a half to cook a pass up the ice. You can do that as fast as you can do any kind of pass.
Oh, that was real close.
Not what I wanted there.
That was real close.
Terrific determination by Crosby.
Oh, boy.
The Penguins have it along the side at mid-ice.
Oh, come on.
Oh, I almost
Good job done with the stick. Way to break
went for the
up that
one-timer.
play.
It didn't work.
Lets it go.
Ooh, right to the
I think you took that right to the face.
Yeah.
Something like
Muchy.
Mr. Murray. All right, that looks a little like Nico.
But again, we keep saying, like, yeah, it looks a little like him.
Yeah, no one's a 10. It's a
Yeah.
bunch of 6s and 7s.
You know, maybe Sidney Crosby is an 8.
Oh, there, that looks like the NJ Devil. That really
All right,
looks
yeah,
like
they
him.
nailed
We-
that
we got
likeness.
him real
He's up
good.
by the narrowest of margins,
Hey, who's the
2-1.
mascot of your favorite team? Satan.
Snapping a pass to Hagelin. Gains the
Uh-oh, I'm in trouble.
shot.
Nice.
Oh,
And the
This game just got real, Abby.
Yay!
it's on. I finally set up a real play.
Mano y mano.
Does that look like Phil?
I don't know. Does he look like a guy who collects garbage at 4 in the morning?
Yes.
Then yes, that looks like Phil.
Man, someone might.
Look at that guy!
Someone might.
Look at that fucking guy!
He just looks. He looks like a Muppet character that somehow got lucky enough to be made human.
That's the guy who tries to engage you in way too long of a conversation when you're at the bodega buying beer.
I love Phil Kessel. If he ever hears that, I'd be upset. But I think he knows that a lot of people have fun.
We are
at his
all
expense.
speaking well of him as a player.
Yeah.
He's the best.
I-
He's
saying-
got to know he looks like an off-brand Seth
He's
Rogen.
Totally.
He does it on purpose.
The pass
I'm
is
sorry,
off the
that dude
mark, but a
leans into
chance
that as
And
he
it-
should.
totally. If you've got like superstar hockey money, you get to live as whatever kind of scumbag you want. As long as it's within the realm of the rule of law, you can live however you please.
There's one meme of him from last season with his his hair just like parted on either side, just looking real bad.
He's like Jay Cutler but talented.
Routed again.
You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. Ooh, that should have been.
Oh, how did that not go?
Perfect save with no reaction.
Will you guys try to start a fight?
I don't honestly know if you can just like kind of do that.
I think you have to like lay in a big hit or have something really rotten happen to someone on your team before you can set up a fight.
Really
It's a
good
shame.
job by the defenseman there.
The only time I've had a fight prop up was after I laid in a huge hit on a guy and the dude is like, fuck that.
Takes it right back. Pittsburgh's continuing on up the wing.
No, what do you do? No, why would you do that?
I don't know.
That's icing. That should be icing. That's a missed icing
Yeah, that
call
should have been
there.
icing.
Oh no, I hope that doesn't lead to a goal.
Save there.
I also hope this.
Trying to go to Kessel.
No!
Stole that.
Damn it.
Oh, damn it. Just wind up and shoot
Look,
the
here's the thing.
puck.
Hockey's still a fun sport. Even for all the complaints, for all the things
Yeah,
we
we're
say
having a good
about this
time.
game, just playing hockey in any form is
Directed
generally
that one
pretty
to
fun.
Coleman.
If you are a person who still has NHL...
What?
I don't know about that one.
Sorry, Abby. I'll get to you in a
That's
second.
okay.
I just
I
need
don't-
to see this
I don't-
bullshit.
Whoa, he's going crazy. NJ Devil's losing his
I'm
mind.
gonna need a replay on this.
I don't know what he's thinking. What on this
Oh,
I
I
didn't even
think
see the puck.
you put it in your own net.
That wasn't me though.
I think I hit your stick, which put it in the net.
That was I think
You
that
wanna
was a
do some
CPU.
instant replay shit
I think
here?
that might have been a CPU player, but
Do we want to do instant replay?
no, I see it. I saw what happened. Anyway, Abby, ask your question. Sorry.
Okay, if you are a
Wait,
owner...
you got a power play out of that.
And will now
I did?
set up an attack.
Why?
Cleared back out.
Okay, that's wrong. If a penalty is, unless it was like unsportsmanlike,
Gathered up again by
if a penalty's called before a goal, like my goal shouldn't count.
Well, then how did?
Unless you put it in your own net, and that's why the
Maybe
game
that's
didn't
why.
stop.
Maybe that's why. But isn't it supposed to stop? The game's supposed to stop instantly once I take possession of the puck in any way?
once I do.
Does this kind
It's
of
my
stuff
penalty.
happen often?
That was kind of an anomaly.
Okay.
I'll tell you what does happen a lot that pisses me off is the game calls goals off a lot, and they kind of don't give you any real reason, and they just kind of like go back to the face-off. And that is a thing that does not need to be in the hockey video game. Like, I get it if it goes off someone's skate and it's a kick, you're not allowed to kick the puck in. I get it, but man, there's a lot of weirdness there.
Right.
Yeah. Sorry, Abby. What was your original question before we all went completely off track?
Nobody score while I ask.
Okay.
If you are a owner of NHL 18, this is NHL 19, right?
Yes, correct.
And you still play it on the reg, and you enjoy playing it or whatever it is this worth your money to upgrade to the next one?
$60, probably not right out of the gate.
It's not at 60.
There's
no
not
way.
enough stuff added to it.
I mean,
No
I think
way.
if you're really interested in the online mode stuff, I think there might be something there for you.
Oh, just like there'll be new players. It'll
Well,
be
yeah,
more populated.
and the way they've trying to revamp the mode and the way that you engage with it, like I think that might be of interest to people. But
Okay.
like for me, if it were up to me, I would not necessarily like run right out and pay $60 for this. Especially if I had last year's game, which was fine. Again, was also a fine game, but was not necessarily great either.
I really hope, and I don't know. I guess we can really ask and see what the deal is, but I really hope a huge refresh is coming.
I'm going to say that's probably going to save for the next console generation.
Yeah.
Which isn't necessarily that far off if people are.
I hope it is.
I hope so, but it's not. It's totally going to be a few years at most.
in their own end and in possession.
Oh, don't let that puck go by.
Glove save, trapper
Uh-oh.
save, doesn't matter, Doc. That was
Oh, you're in goalie pulling territory there, Al.
I don't trust you.
A shot, really quick grab.
What the hell?
I don't know what is going on there, but
All right, 43 seconds.
we found a way to have an interesting game, which I'm happy about.
This is one on a beautiful move, but there is nowhere.
Uh-oh, I don't like this face-off matchup one bit.
That worked out okay for you.
That was all part of the plan.
Here, just let me go down the ice and at least try to score.
Oh, that's what we're doing?
Yeah.
I didn't realize you were seeing if you could have a chance to win.
Yeah, no, we should do that. We should do that instead of you trying to win.
You want me to just hand you the puck over?
Yeah, totally. Do
But you're
that.
handing me the puck.
Seconds remaining.
I'm not trying to do that.
In with it now.
In with it now.
Oh!
It's tied. Not
Wow.
much time.
Mano y mano.
All right.
I didn't actually think that would work, if
This
I'm
is a
being
game-
completely honest.
This is wow.
It's a hockey game.
That's not how real hockey works.
I like that they keep showing the singular Penguins fan in the stands.
Yep.
I love how, okay. This might have gone off my guy who went down there. I don't know. It's not a useful replay.
No, that didn't really show anything
You know,
at
the
all.
goalies do the same animation when
Letang.
they let up a goal.
Somehow Kessel got credited with that, so I guess it
No,
must
I
have
think
bounced off him.
He got the assist.
Tied this
Okay.
game up late. Does he have another in him? Maybe now? Maybe overtime?
Maybe overtime?
Solid win at center ice. Now what?
All right, now you can do whatever you want.
Oh, I could win now?
Yeah, if you want to win, go for
Carries
it.
on in from center.
I'll try.
Great
Oh, that's
job on
bad.
cut pass.
That's all bad. That's icing. I'm not going to touch it, though.
Okay.
Let it go. Let it go. No! I didn't want you to win.
Good use of this
That's the end of that period. All right, let's overtime. Let's do this.
Yay.
Maybe we'll go to a shootout. That's a thing that's fun.
Yeah, shootouts aren't the worst thing that's ever happened to the NHL.
I don't think they are, personally.
Is that the same as like a soccer
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where everybody just-
essentially.
So, yeah, it's the tiebreaker. If after one overtime period, they...
Where you got to bend it like Beckham into the goal.
Pretty much.
Yeah, the hockey players haven't mastered curving the puck into the net yet.
I like shootouts. I understand why people hate them, but I enjoy them. I think ties are dumb. I think multiple overtime periods in non-playoff hockey is unreasonable. Just end the game somehow. That's how you do it. That's my feeling.
Yeah, I would rather the game end in a form of hockey. I would even argue that 3-on-3 barely resembles hockey.
Are you shooting a puck into a net?
Right.
That's hockey.
Okay, but then there's
Also, is it 3-on-3 now? I thought it was 4-on-4.
No, it's been 3-on-3 for a while.
Has it?
Yeah.
I guess I haven't watched an overtime hockey game in a while.
Hammers one.
Ooh, nice.
When did they change that?
Force behind that one.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, damn, dude.
And that's
that was
You know what?
NHL now.
That was a
up your
good
bag.
game. That was a good game,
That was.
Jeff.
We're shaking hands.
Yes.
You can't see it, but we're shaking hands.
I can confirm. They shook.
Yeah. I'm shook.
All right, well, there you have it. I know I sound really kind of sour and salty on this game, but you gotta understand, hockey's my life.
Yeah.
I love it.
You love these games, too, when
And I
they're
love
good.
these
Like,
games when
you
they're
want to
good.
be able to play hockey games that make you happy.
Yeah.
And that's understandable and respectable.
Yes.
And I'm maybe slightly more casual in terms of my interest in the video games, but even I'm kind of like,
Yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot of a reason to upgrade to this one, but if you're like me, you're probably gonna go out and buy the damn thing anyway.
yeah, go check out the online stuff, see if it sounds appealing to you. But, like I said, if you already own 18 and you're not necessarily going to engage with those online modes, I don't know that there's a whole lot new here for you.
And I think a lot of the reason this game continues to like have that kind of fan base that it does is because of the Hockey Ultimate Team stuff and the
Yeah.
NHL, the online leagues that they set up.
The Ultimate Team stuff does super well for EA across the board.
Totally. So, there you have it.
All right, well, thank you, Jeff, for coming here and telling us about what is going on the ice again this year.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.